Okay, welcome to GenCon 2018. This is your official tour. If you've never been, let me show you around. GenCon is one of my favorite places on the planet. It's held in Indianapolis, Indiana at the Indiana Convention Center. Big enough to host Super Bowls, this place has 566,000 square foot of exhibitor space, and that makes it one of the largest convention centers in the US. GenCon boasts over 17,000 events and 60,000 unique attendees. With that much going on and that many people trying to get in, you'll need not only the convention center, but also Lucas Oil Stadium. And trust me, playing board games in the middle of a football stadium is a pretty cool experience all on its own. So the first stop is the craziest. The vendor hall is where all the action is. Over 500 vendors show up with their biggest and best for the show, with tons of big releases and fresh Kickstarter deliveries. You could spend days just wandering the vendor hall looking at new projects, new games around every single corner. But it's not just about the games. You can visit Authors Avenue and meet some amazing authors and have your book signed. And GenCon boasts one of the largest sci-fi and fantasy art shows in the country. Across from the exhibitor hall is the Flea Market and auction room. You can sell games, buy games, sell collectibles, there's so much. And these actually get cheaper every day, so you can check back on Saturday for rock bottom prices. If you love cosplay, there is plenty of that at GenCon. People around every corner who are willing to stop for pictures, and of course the big Cosplay Parade. This is a huge deal. It stops a ton of stuff, and if you're walking through the hallway trying to get somewhere in the middle of this parade, you're not going to get there on time. When you get hungry, you can visit one of the dozens of food trucks parked just across the street. Or, if you're adventurous, wander further down the road to one of the more than 200 restaurants nearby. And they moved GenCon merch outside the building, and I think that was a great idea. It's so much easier to buy the GenCon merch that you want to take home. And crazy enough, when you get tired, you can even stop off and get a massage on your way through the convention center. Next door is Lucas Oil Stadium, and there is plenty to do over there. You can check out True Dungeon, which is an escape room type live action game where you can experience D&D in a walkthrough environment. Inside the stadium is the GenCon library with over 3,000 unique titles. You can participate in some mega games and play some massive games of Flames of War. And of course, GenCon is really about playing games, and there are tons of these that you can demo. All over the con, there were some amazing games to check out, and I just couldn't get to all of them. GenCon also gives. Since moving to Indy in 2003, GenCon has given over $300,000 to charity. And not just board games, but card games, RPGs, D&D, Pathfinder, anything that you could be into. And of course, in my opinion, the best part of GenCon are the people. You seriously cannot do it all, so my suggestion, take some time to plan out your visit. I can't recommend it enough. You are going to love GenCon. You will be exhausted and tired when you go home, but you can experience a better 4 days of gaming than GenCon.